Do our names. Hello there, Sea Bear, happy smiley. Karidoesstuff, hi there, do honor. Great to see you, P. How's the Kraken food making going? Happy smiley. Karidoesstuff, let's find out together.
Everybody, welcome back to Karidoesstuff, and welcome back to after a long hiatus, welcome back to my model bench. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. I've had a couple of weeks where I haven't felt so great, so I've kind of let the model bench slip a little bit. And I know what you're thinking. It's taken a long time to build a lifeboat, and I'll admit it really is. But it has been a bit of a new project for me, so I'm not really used to building sort of schedule, as I say, the building of schedule of it. So it has taken a little bit longer than I'd hoped, but it's really good. I'm still having fun, but I just needed a couple of weeks to sort of gather myself and come back to it now. So we're going to try and get this done. Well, not today, but we're going to try and get this, try and knock this out and try and get it done. So again, thank you all for sticking with me here with this model. Again, I know it's taken a while to put together, but let's head over to here and see if the cameras are working today. Hey, Hey, they are. Hey there, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right, so yeah, this has been one of my longest builds, and it's probably because I haven't done much on the model bench for like nearly a year. So it's just trying to get back into it, get back into the swing of things, get back in the routine. So that's probably what's knocked me over a little bit, taking its time. But I'm really enjoying this model. So I think we should just sort of crack on and carry on with it. So what we done last time is we polished the hull, as you can see. It's all nice and shiny. And we gave it a coat of wax. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give it another coat of wax. Hopefully that's bring out the shine even more, because it does recommend that you put on at least 2 coats of wax. So we're going to see if that works. There's some areas in there. I don't know if you can see inside the propeller hole here, where it allows the boat to position itself properly. That needs cleaning out. So what that's going to require is me taking it into the kitchen at some point once the wax is dried, running it under the tap and giving it a good clean out. But that's fine. That can be done off camera at a later date. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and do some more waxing. I also, off camera, I've been polishing the cab. So you might not see it here. We'll see it when we go down to the main model bench. So I've been polishing the cab. There's a couple of areas where I've accidentally ground it back to plastic again, but those can be touched up once it's all done. So we're going to wax that too, because that's all polished. We're going to wax that too, and then we're hopefully going to marry the two together and like have something which is starting to look like the Severn Class Lifeboat. So I think we should just crack on and see how long it takes us to get that done at least, and then we'll judge to see if we carry on a bit more, because I know there's some painting of the rubbers around the outside that need doing. So I kind of want to do those. So yeah, we could just sort of see what we get on with. Right, so let's head on to the main model bench. Whoops. All right. Okay. Here we are. As you can see, we've already got a nice polish, nice sort of shine to it already. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You know what it's reminding me of? It's actually reminding me of those the actual plastic toys that you get from like souvenir shops or shops or whatever, with the smoothness of the plastic. It looks like it's meant to be red plastic, and it's always been red plastic, or it's blue plastic. Of course it hasn't. It's been painted and coated and polished to be like that, because it was grey. So I'm really pleased with the finish. So we're going to I think we should just crack on and try and add some more wax to it. So I'm going to put on my waxing sponge. Yeah, I've got my waxing sponge on. That's good. And let's get my wax out. Oh god, what's going on? Alright, so I've got my waxing wax polish. Okay, so what we're going to do is just I think 2 coats. We'll see how 2 coats turn out. And so what we want to do, it's going to be nice and chilled and relaxed here. Just gonna get waxing, baby. Just work it in, get it waxed. So yeah, let's talk about how long this has actually been taking. It has taken quite a while. I have always said that, there's no rush. I'm not doing this for anything. I do not have a deadline to meet, per se. So I have kind of just taken my time and enjoyed it. That's fine. I know that some of you will be thinking, oh my god, is he still working on that lifeboat? And yes, the answer is yes, I still am. It's okay to take time on your projects, on your hobbies. There is no rush. I mean, it's not like anyone is expecting a delivery date or anything on this. I do want to get it finished before the end of the year because it is supposed to be for the RNLI's 200th anniversary, and if it carries on going into January, it'll be for the 200th and first. So yeah, I kind of want to get it done. Personally, I've always got like a kind of clock in my head of how long something should take to do and how long I'm happy to be working on something. And I'm like, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like I've been working on this for X amount of weeks, for example, and you're like, okay, I was thinking I would be further along than this sort of thing. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm like, well, enough lollygagging, enough days off. Let's see if we can pump out some progress. The other thing, of course, is this polishing, waxing, and painting the main parts. Like it's like with the bodywork of a car. This is always the part that takes the longest. It just always is. You've got to paint it, sand it, paint it, sand it, wax it, coat it, sand it, polish it, wax it. You know, it takes so long. But it's the part that always looks the best. Alright. Yeah, I've always found like they're doing the bodywork. It's just like always just one piece. It should just to get that done in a week. You know, but it does. It takes a while to get it right. When I'm working on my cars, though, I can often like run the bodywork in conjunction with the interior, because there's a fair amount to do on the interior that I can just be like, right, I'll paint the bodywork, let that dry. I don't have to worry about that now, and then I can do sort of work on the interior. Do a bit of gloss coat on the exterior, then come back to the interior. And then sort of work them almost in tandem. This hasn't been quite like that because there isn't an interior per se, other than what's on the bodywork here, so I have to get this done before you can move on to the next piece. And this is why it's been seemingly taking so long. It's alright. There's also some black bumpering around the outside of this boat, which needs to be painted matte black. So I don't really. That's this bit here all the way goes all the way along and out around there. That needs to be painted matte black. I was going to airbrush that, but I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should just hand paint it. It's not going to be as quick to paint, and it's going to be a bit fiddly, but it's not going to require masking, so.
Do on eggs, didn't you do that the last time, Happy Smiley?
Bloody headset is going quiet. Duana, yes, I did do this last time, but I only gave it one coat. I wanted to give the wax a good couple of coats. So we only applied one coat last time. So this is the second coat on this. I always apply 2 coats of wax. But the reason we didn't do the second coat of wax last time is because there was that part on this side over here, I think it was, yeah, that kind of flaked off, and I wanted to repaint it and put some gloss varnish on there before I waxed. So we only gave it 1 coat last time. So this is the final coat, or at least should be the final coat of wax on the hull. And of course we've got to apply, or see if we can apply 2 coats to the cab as well. See how that goes. But we can run these together, because what you have to do is you have to apply it, then wait for it to go dry, and then take it off. So that's what we're going to do here. While we're waiting for this one to dry, we'll wax up the cab as best we can. This should give it a final finish. Making sure it's all nice and rubbed in. It's kind of like waxing your car. Well, it's exactly like waxing the car. Put a couple of coats on it and it'll look really nice, you know. 1 coat, start coat, 2 coats. Really brings out the shine. I don't know if any of you actually, you know, just wax your car by hand, but I did. But I liked my car. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave that to dry. We're going to put that to one side, let that wax dry off, and then we're going to wax the cab. Okay, so here we go. I've got my coffee. So waxing isn't the longest process, unlike the polishing, because you have to do it like over and over and over again a good couple of times. So it kind of be a laborious process that you don't really start to see anything happen. I mean, you do when you're up close and personal, but on webcam it's very difficult to see between the coats of polish. Oh yes, we've got to put the windows in here before we marry them together, so we might have to clean out all the wax from inside, so I might have to go and get some clean water, because by that point it would have dried in there. I want to forget doing that. That would be a disaster. I remember as a kid, maybe I shouldn't really tell this story, but I remember as a kid when I was waxing my dad's car. It was one of my chores, you know, polish and wax the car. So I was out. I couldn't have been that old. It must have been about, you know, early teens, I suppose. I was out polishing, cleaning the car. Well, I cleaned it and come to polish it, wax it. And I was giving it a coat of wax, and I had the door open for some reason. I accidentally slammed the door on my thumb, which hurt like hell, and my thumb came up black almost instantly. Being quite young, I was in pain. And I ran indoors. I was like, oh my god, I've hurt my thumb. And so we had to run it under the cold tap for a while, and, you know, whatever. And it was throbbing and aching, and you know what it's like when you smash your thumb with a hammer or whatever. So my dad comes in the kitchen and sees me sat there holding me thumb. He says, you haven't finished the car yet? I was like, no, I've slammed my thumb in the car door and it's come up black and thought. Because we've got to get out there and take the wax off before it dries solid. I was like, I've smashed my thumb, so maybe like hold on. You made me go out there and finish waxing the car while my thumb was still throbbing. I was like, why can't you do it yourself? God damn, it's your car. But yeah, I remember that day because that's the day that I remembered. You know, you have those days where you're like, you hurt yourself in such a way that for the rest of your natural life, you will remember that pain, and you will always be careful never to do it again. And they usually come as like early influence, like when you're young or whatever, like that. It's a lot harder to deal with pain when you're younger. And it's just reminded me that, you know, my entire life to keep my thumb away from the fucking doors when you slam them. I have never caught my thumb in a car door since. Oh, that was painful. But I went out there and I finished waxing the car. Finished doing that. I'm not sure if that's a good story or not. It's like I'm telling this story and I'm like, wait a minute. Is this a funny story? Or is this the kind of story you tell when you go to see a counselor? I'm not sure. But yeah. I remember never to slam your car. Always keep your fingers away from the edge of car doors. And I learned that lesson very, very young. think I was more angry with myself because I hate being clumsy. One of those things I can't abide. Just, it frustrates me so much to be clumsy. If I wake up in the morning and I'm kind of like a bit woozy, I haven't quite got me waking world legs on. You know, when you're all thumbs. Kind of, oh, for fuck's sake. And you like end up trying to make yourself a coffee and you end up accidentally tipping the sugar out onto the worktop. Just like, I hate being clumsy. So I have to give myself a minute to wake up. It's one of those things that bugs me. Clumsiness. I had a girlfriend who was incredibly clumsy. And I was just like... I would have to, like, I'd see her do something or break a glass or something like that. You'd see her put a glass down on the table or in a position, and you'll be like, "You're going to knock that over in a minute." I know you. You won't say anything because I don't want to be nagging. I'm going to knock that over in a minute. Gonna knock that over in a minute. Sure enough, bang! Off it goes, smash. I'm like, I got to walk away. I got to walk away. Just go off into the kitchen and grab some newspaper and a dustpan and make it look like you walked away because you were going to do something useful and helpful, rather than be like, I need to leave. You're frustrating me. Anyway, it's counselling day here today, apparently. What else is there to talk about? Anyway. Right, okay, so we're gonna... I don't need to put the lid back on that. We're gonna have to wait for... We're gonna wait for the cab to dry now. And that was... We started a story about waxing, didn't we? And we ended up waxing lyrical. Right, so this is... for those of you who don't know, this is Zero Paint's wax polish. Just apply a small amount of wax to a lint-free clean cotton cloth. Using light pressure, apply wax to the surface in an overlapping action to ensure even coverage. Allow wax to dry to a haze. Buff the surface with a clean cotton cloth until a deep gloss is achieved. So we have to kind of allow it to dry to a kind of haze. I'm not sure how long that should really take. It hasn't quite dried yet. Beginning to think maybe I put a bit too much on. We'll find out, I'm sure. Oh, it's starting to haze up. That's good. We'll just keep that there for a bit. Oh, I've dropped a... Oh, I dropped a buff cloth. Okay, don't need that. So I am wondering what I should do next. I know Maeve gave me some a Prezi in the post, and I kind of want to get on with them, but I'm going to need some more paints for that. I've got some more model kits of cars to do. I think I might revert back to a model kit of a car for a time being, just to sort of find my equilibrium.
Aurelian Hart, hello.
It's Aria! How are you doing, Aria? Are you watching me at work? Is that what you're doing?
Getting ready for the massive Halloween night.
Oh yeah, you've got that to come. I was going to say, wasn't Halloween last night?
Got off work early.
Ah. You're doing a thing with is it underprivileged kids? Is that right? That I remember. I can't. I think that's what you were saying.
Do on Abe's, how long does Halloween last, P?
Well, it's Halloween is All Hallows Eve, so it's one night. Right, so we got a nice. It's drying, drying. It's one night, isn't it? Halloween. But I think Arya's doing a. I mean, I don't want to put words into Arya's mouth. I mean, she's quite.
Depends on if Trump wins, then the Pumpkinhead stays P. Arya Leonhardt, well, my town isn't rich, but. No. They shut down the road I live on, and all the local kids from the town walk around with the family and trick or treat. No cars allowed.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really good. So what? That's tonight, is it? You're doing that tonight. Oh, because there was something you were saying.
One way in, one way out. And tons of houses. So yes, only tonight.
Ah, right. So it's an organised trick or treat event. Oh, good. Oh, I see. I see. That's why it's last. That's why it's organised for tonight. I see. I see. Well, that makes sense. And yes, Duana.
Yes, the police shut down my street for the kids.
Right. Good. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I used to enjoy talking about. I do privately with my friends. Talk
It
about
starts 4 p.m. till 9 p.m.
4 till 9. Okay, great. So what's that? That's like 5 hours. Wow, we're gonna have a lot of kids down there. Imagine, I'm sure. Is there like one person who's like, he puts up a sign and says no trick or treaters? Because that would be me. That would be me. Everyone organises this thing down the close, and they have the police shut the roads off.
We get about 1,000 or more.
Wow, see, that's a lot of kids. Yeah, and you know, you do this big event. I'm sure there's all decorations, and everyone makes up their outfits and stuff. And I bet there's one house right in the corner that doesn't do anything. It's got a sign up on their garden that says "No trick or treat." That would be me. That would be me. Don't knock on my door. Leave me alone.
Yes, my neighbors already put tape all across the lawn to block kids from coming up. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that would be me. That would be, go away, don't knock on my door. I don't like it when people knock on my door. It's kind of like, who's that? Even though I know it's, you know, God, especially like for 5 hours, you'd have a constant knock on the door. Oh fuck, I've got to get up again. Give these little bastards some candy. Go and get your own candy. I could be quite the grumpy old man. Alright, so I think we most of that is starting to dull. So, I think it's time to start doing a little bit of polishing. A little bit whack. Oh no! A little sponge fell off. I'm gonna need to get me some.
Yeah, I usually take a lawn chair and sit at the end of the road for the night and just pass out candy instead of letting them ring the doorbell and stress Winston out.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you'll have poor Winston running backwards and forwards, woofing his face off. Poor Winston. I do want to try and turn this up. There we go. So there's still some wet wax on here, which we need to sort of take off. We'll give it this coat, and then we'll leave that to dry, and then we'll come back and try and take some more off. Until all the wax is gone. Getting a shine on it, which is good.
Something's wrong with Mick.
Something's wrong with the mic. Alright, so can you hear me now? Can you hear?
Sounds better. Karidoesstuff, can you hear me?
It's not this, is it? It's not the... I wondered if it is the Dremel making kind of making it difficult.
Do on Abe's, yes seems so.
Right, okay, yeah, it's the Dremel kind of making a buzzing noise.
Sounds metallic drill-like.
Yeah, it's a drill. Yeah, it's a drill. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that unless I turn the mic off. So I am sorry. It's not too loud. Yeah, I see it's a bit... It's got a bit of drill volume, but not much I can do about that. Well, that should have... that should have, as we can see, it's kind of rubbed it in nicely. So what we'll do is we'll just do the bits by hand in here. That we can't actually get to with the Dremel. Okay, so we'll leave that for us. Oh, actually, we might be able to just give it a... How are we looking? Right, I think we'll just leave that for a little bit more. Just there's some wax still on there that needs to dry. So we go onto the cab. And just try and rub this in. Look careful. Get flattered with wax.
You getting vaccinated too, P?
Yeah, I'm getting vaccinated too. It just goes everywhere. Yeah. I think that should be waxed in enough. This thing's getting ever so hot. It's getting quite toasty. Right, so we're going to leave that one to one side now, like so. Just let that dry off. Oh yeah, a second coat was definitely worth it. Oh, we got fireworks going off outside tonight. People seem to think that people have problems with their reading the calendar. It's the 31st of October, and they seem to think it's the 5th of November. Guess any reason to set off something that goes bang, I suppose. But explosions are cool. Yeah, I know. All right, that's looking... Jesus, I can see my face in it. That's not good. Wow, it's good that it's got a nice shine on it, but... don't need to see that looking back at me. Okay, that's... look at... oh, you can see it on the cam. Look at that.
Cream is weak.
Sweet!
Hey, whilst you were rubbing your bottom, I attacked your screen.
I did see that. I did see. What did we get? We had the RNLI flag, both of them. Excellent. Showing your support to the RNLI. Great. We had fish heads, raccoon army, and a shark attack. Brilliant. Hey, Creamy, how are you doing? Yeah, see, I can't always look at my screen when I'm busy rubbing my hull.
Peachy, thanks.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
How are you?
Surprisingly motivated today, as you can see.
Always a pleasure to see you as well.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Oh. So, how did Manny Dog... is Manny Dog woken up with a hangover after his birthday?
Having a cuppa before I head out for grocery shopping.
Ah, grocery shopping. It must be Thursday. Yeah, it must be Thursday.
Nope, not at all, thank goodness.
No hangover for the Manny Dog. He wasn't off out celebrating with his bitches. That's not a derogatory term. He is actually a dog.
He did sleep well last night though, lol.
Oh, I bet he did after a nice birthday walk.
Full of steak and cookies and taters.
Steak and cookie and... yeah, this is her dog, by the way, not her, like, husband or anything. Steak and cookie and taters. My God.
Yeah, he had steak and taters for dinner, lol.
Good, Manny Dog. Well done, Manny Dog. Yeah, that little bit, where is it? There is still... you can still see it, but I've managed to cover it as best I can, or fix it as best I can.
That is a nice shiny bottom you got there, sir.
It is.
Abe's. Hope he doesn't have to visit the doctor after such opulency. Happy smiley.
It is a very shiny. See, this one.
Cream is wheats, he. Hi Duana.
This is why I like this finishing coat. You could get real good shine on it. Look at that. You can see the reflection in... Oh my god, it's mirrored. That's so good. Yeah, I am glad I've done 2 coats on that now. Wow, I am really impressed with that. Some bits over here. I think that's just down to bad polish in there, I think. Have a look, see if there's anything in there that I've missed. Fantastic. Loving the shine. Right, okay, let's see if we can get a similar sort of finish. I don't even want to touch that now. It's just like, don't touch the bodywork. Right. That's not too bad. That's coming up quite nice. Try and get into these corners because it's got a bunch of wax in there. So the finish isn't quite as good on the cab as it is on the hull. There's a bit of orange peeling. I've tried my best to sand it down as best as I can and smooth it off, but it's not as good as it could be. And I think much of that is to do with, I don't know, I think maybe my airbrush, my presser, I think there's a problem with it. I'm losing compression too easily. It's supposed to spray at about 40 psi, but it barely manages to break 30 when spraying, so I think it seems to drop pressure too easily. There might be a leak. I mean, in fact, I know there's a leak because just having it sitting there idle, it's constantly dropping pressure. It has to go, has to pump itself. So I think there's a leak, but the trouble is I don't know enough about air compressors in order to be able to fix it, even if I could find it. So, And there's all sorts of things in there that could go poof, bang, and whiz if I take them apart. So I think what I'll do, it's always pays to have a spare anyway, is I'll hunt around for another air compressor, then I'll take it apart, because if I break it, it doesn't matter. Not yet. I think we'll have to do that at some point though.
Do on Abe's, put it underwater, happy smiley.
I don't want to put it underwater. It's got electrics in it. Putting it underwater with electrics in it, I mean...
Then you see the leaks.
Yes, I know you see the leaks if you put it underwater. It's like a bicycle tyre. That's how you mend a flat. I learnt that in Cub Scouts. But I also learnt in Cub Scouts, do not put anything underwater that uses electricity. You know. I don't really want to put it underwater because I don't know how much... Like I say, I don't know enough about air compressors and how they work to know which part of it is... I don't even want to partially submerge it because I don't know what...
Or spray soap water on it, happy smiley.
Yeah, I could spray soapy water on it and see what happens. That's not too much of a risk there, is it? But again, even if I knew where the leak was, I would have no idea how to fix it. So, not sure that's going to help me either. Right, let's just wipe out some of this wax in here. we'll come back to that. So yeah, there's something I need to look into for sure. But I'm unsure as to what to do about it. So, because I'm sure that if the airbrush isn't pushing out at a high enough pressure, that paint it's not gonna mist properly. And if it doesn't mist, it's gonna orange peel on the surface, and which is the problem I am having. So the pressure isn't high enough. That is one problem. The rest of it, I'm pretty sure, is just user error. I don't know. What do you think? Did this need a second coat of wax? Yeah, I think it's going to.
My internet isn't stable again.
Oh no! Oh no, Duana. That's not good. That's not good at all.
That time of the year.
That time of the year. Yeah. I guess so. Wait, does this happen to you every year? Yeah, I think we're gonna apply a second coat of wax onto there, I think. Oh, yeah, we're gonna apply a second coat. So we do that now. And it's this damn song I hate. It's voices, called Voices in My Head.
When summer is over, more peeps are online and my provider struggles a bit to keep up with the demand. It's usually fixed after 2 weeks.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Right, so we're going to do a bit more wax in here. We're going to do another coat of wax. Maybe not such a strong one. And then I need to get some.
It's worse on weekends or before holidays.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, if you do drop out, thank you for joining me, as you always do. My #1 fan. And I hope you get it sorted out. Nothing more annoying than losing the internet. Because then you're like, oh, what do I do now?
It isn't like I can do offline stuffs.
I suppose not, no. Have you got any offline games or anything like that?
Lots.
Isn't like I can do, or like you can't do offline stuff. All right. I thought you said I can't do. I can do. It isn't like I can do off. Yeah, that's a negative, Duana. That's like. Yeah.
Bought the DLC for Planet Crafter 3 days ago.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool. I know Amu was playing some Planet Crafter on her stream not so long ago. That is a game I would kind of like to play. Planet Crafter. Oh my god, like I said, there's so many games I want to play. I'm just realizing the older I get, the less time I have to... there's all these games I want to play. I'm like, I'm not going to get through all these games.
Cream is wheats, latest taters.
Have a nice
Got
walk.
you up on the telly.
Alright, have a nice day shopping for groceries. We'll see you
Do our names,
later.
but it's tiresome to start totally new and the new planet has different mechanisms that have to be explored. Happy Smiley.
Oh, okay. Maybe give it a while then when you've... Oh, sorry, I'm out of camera frame. Maybe give it a while before you play that then. Right.
PFFFNT PFFF2. Is the sound you are making. Disturbing sound. Really loud. Karidoesstuff, we have tech issues, sorry.
Okay. Is this better? Alright. Ah! Thank you for letting me know about that, Dewan. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for that, Dewan. I really appreciate you letting me know. Oh, God. I don't know what happened, but my mic kind of somewhat disconnected from its wireless. It somewhat disconnected from itself, and it was partially broadcasting, which is really weird. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Because I could have been sat here for ages just not knowing, so I'm glad you're there. No one else would say anything. But, oh, who's this dickhead that's making lots of noise? Mike. So thank you very much. Right, we could get back to it. Sorry about that, technical issues. But if it happens again, please do let me know. I have nobody here to tell me that things are going awry. And I can't hear my own voice. Oh. Things are going wonky. The only people I have to tell me are you. I promise I'll give you a... Alright, okay. So, back to this. This is going to be the last coat of wax on the cab here. And then what we need to do is we need to let it dry and clean it up. We put the windows in. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the lid on the wax because I'm not going to use it anymore. That's it. That's enough wax for today. 2 coats on both the hull. You do, that's right, yes. But we lost 2 people while we were fiddling with that. They must have come in and gone, oh my god, who's this? What's this noise? But yeah, but in many cases, a lot of people would come in and say, oh, what's this guy doing? He's making a... They join the stream, and it's just a continuous noise through the mic, and they're like, oh god, he doesn't know what he's doing, and leave. So I really do appreciate it when someone sort of pipes up to say there's something wrong with your mic. You know, because I do know what I'm doing, I think. It's just I have no one to tell me that something's gone wrong. Right, let's see if this thing is going to cause issues. I thought to start with that it was coming through, that my mic was being picked up by a different device, because I've got like 5 webcams in here, and I thought, is it being picked up by a different webcam? But it was no, it was the headset, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Then yeah, this one is actually genuine. Okay, this one's genuine. This is actually a genuine noise that I am creating. Yeah. Good. I turned it down a little bit as well. I didn't put it on super fast level this time. Not a lot I can do about this one. Other than not... Oh, right, it's trying to... Yeah, there's a bit of noise cancelling trying to happen there. And it's cancelling my voice out, but... Alright. I'll try not to talk too much. Oh, God. Alright, okay, so I'm hoping that that will dry back nice and dull again, and then we can just finish off the wax on that. So, nice! Right, okay, so we're now going to take this and we're going to unmask everything and see just how much damage we've done on the inside here. So while the cab is drying, we're going to unmask all this. Welcome back to the world of the living, the interior. As you can see, some of these bits will need cleaning up and painting. See if we've done any damage to these pieces in here. Don't think so. This one's a bit off. That may... Oh no, we can bend that back. That's good. So, they all seem good. Yeah, okay. So what's going to happen is I am going to end up with fingerprints all over the freshly waxed hole. That is inevitable. I can't do anything about that. But what we'll do once the whole thing is done, we will give it a very light clean over with a cloth, a dry cloth, and wax them out. All right, so that is There is the interior which we've missed. Welcome back. Daylight. So, perfect. Right, I don't want to lay that on there, do I? I want to grab my stands. How are these working? That's the back, that's the front. There we go. Okay, good. Right. Oh, that was falling out. There we go. I have to figure out where exactly they go in there properly. But that's it. What we need to do now is I'm probably going to need to give that a wash at some point. So here, yeah, all this needs to be painted black. This whole edge. So I think what we're going to have to do is I do want to get the cab on there, because once the cab's on there, all this is protected. And then, yeah, then I can hold it without fear of breaking one of these off or something like that. So, yeah, that's what I need to do. So I think what I'm going to do at the moment is we're going to think about this. Yeah, we need to finish waxing, wash it, put the windows in, then we can fix it to the hull. Alright, great. So what I'm going to do then is I need to run off and get some fresh water in my bowl, if we're going to do that. I can also get a cup of coffee while I'm away. Where's my... just chatting. Oh. Let's see if I got all wax all over my face. No, I haven't. I'm alright. I was expecting to have like white dots all over me. I've taken my jumper off. I was a bit warm. It gets a bit warm in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is... switch that off. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head off, grab some water, grab another cup of coffee, take a bit of a short break. So we're going to play the video, the RNLI video, and you know, have a little bit of a break. So just to let you know, remind you of what the RNLI does. Thank you very much to the RNLI for allowing me to show these videos, and I will be back very shortly.
We can expect a restless night across the region. Gusts are forecast to reach up to 80 miles an hour throughout the night, with the potential for even higher bursts in isolated areas. Residents are urged to stay indoors and secure loose outdoor furniture.
It was probably blowing about 80, 90 miles an hour, roughly. And I said to my missus, Nina, I hope no one gets a shout tonight. And within sort of 20 minutes, my pager was going off. I've lived in England all my life. My mum's and my dad's sides are both fishing families. From my mum's side, originally from Mousehole. I was destined to be a fisherman, I suppose. With a load of mates all wanted to be fishermen as well, so that's what we did. Love Newlyn. I don't think I'll ever move out of Newlyn. Hello. You alright? I'm fine. This does the best pasties in Newlyn. And sandwiches. It's a great community. We all have a bit of fun. Yeah, it's just a great place to be. You know, I haven't heard wind like that for a long, long time. It was screaming.
Your heart sinks, you know, you just think, oh no, I don't want to go out in that. You don't want them out in that.
So on the shout that night, Marcel was duty mechanic, so he was obviously down getting the boat started up and prepared. I picked James Roberts as a navigator, and then I picked Will Trenier, who's also a fisherman. He's a helmsman. I also picked Trevelyan Worth, and I also picked Adrian and Dan Sell.
We took one sea that actually took us over on our side, and the wave just picked us up and threw us, no exaggeration, 50 or 60 metres down with the swell.
And I said, I think the only option we got with this is to try and get a rope on them and get them out into deeper, safer water before we try and get anyone off.
Patch is usually very easy on the throttles and stuff, and the need for extra throttle for manoeuvring in that weather, you could really tell, especially with us standing back aft above the engines. So you could tell how hard he was working just to keep the boat in position.
Because we were doing about 2.5 knots, I suppose, with the yacht behind us, and the rope was quite tight. And then all of a sudden the rope goes slack and they're up to like 5 knots, so I knew straight away that the rope had parted. So yeah, my heart sank when that happened, and I think all the crews did as well, because you know, we just realised that we've got less time to try and get the rope on again before it's too late.
The reality starts to set in when you can see the lights from the shore and realise how close we are.
One of our crew members come in and checked if I was okay, and I was like, I'm feeling quite poorly, and I was slowly getting worse and worse and worse to that point where I was like, I wanted to be off this boat.
At this stage, Marcel had collapsed. He was unconscious. So the crew were dealing with him. He just went from sort of being really seasick, hanging at the door, to absolutely unconscious and unresponsive. Within a couple of minutes, the skipper of the yacht called up to say that every time he hits a wave, a big gush of water is coming into the boat, and they said they were up to their knees in water. And also 2 or 3 of their crew were really, really poorly and frightened, and they wanted to get off the boat. But if we didn't get them out to safer waters, and the helicopter would have even called by then, it would have been too late. I didn't realise that it was 2 brothers on the boat as well. And I didn't realise how young they were. When they all walked into the lifeboat station, I was quite shocked how young they were. I thought, crikey, you know, if they'd been lost, it would have been horrific for the families, because they were all good friends and they all live in the same village. So imagine that would have been horrible.
14 years I've been on the crew, we had that shout. That was the worst one I'd had so far for that long amount of time.
Yeah, it wasn't the best that night.
The whole crew, I think, that night just really kind of gelled.
The job got done, but it wouldn't have been done otherwise if it weren't for Patch, definitely.
Alright, so we're back. Just remember, if you're out in any of the waters, any of the British waters, these guys are going to be the guys that will be watching over you. These ladies and gentle peeps that are out there putting their lives on the line every day. So thanks very much to the RNLI for allowing me to show that video to show off exactly what they do and why they are so important to us. If you feel like donating, even just a little bit, please follow the links in the down there. And it will take you straight to their website where you can donate. They run entirely on donations. They're not government funded in any way. They are not affiliated with the Coast Guard. They just work closely alongside them. All their lifeboats are all designed in-house and paid for by donations. So they are fantastic, and they all live in small communities around the edge of the British Isles, and the lifeboat station is the heart of the community there. And it kind of reminds me of a it's like a fishing village, and the lifeboat station is the heart of the community, along with a pub and other things that you would expect to find in a small village. But these guys and girls are heroes, and they deserve the honor that they got at the for their 200th anniversary. So well done, guys. Thank you to the RNLI for allowing me to show that video. I'd like to also point out that this video is not sponsored, but I did speak to the RNLI to say that what I was doing and ask if there's anything that they wanted me to say, and also they gave me permissions to show the videos. So I am not receiving any monetary funds from them. Okay, right. I think it's back to it, isn't it? Is it? I think it's back to it. Okay. Right. So we're gonna just finish waxing this. I know you're like, oh my god, it's just the same over and over and over again. But we're good. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. I've got some clean water. So what we're gonna do after we've done this is we're going to clean out any wax that has lingered in places like the windows or any of these places, little slots and stuff. Then we're going to try and fix the cab to the hull. See just how much of a balls up I can make of that. So we got a nice shine on it now. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this shine. Oh, excuse me. Like I say, it's not the best finish, and I'm a little bit disappointed with the actual finish itself. Sort of orange peeling going on here and there. I could have done that a little bit better. Some of the sanding, there's still scratches in the actual finish there. I could have worked on that a little bit harder. I wouldn't have needed to sand it as much if it wasn't as much orange peel. So there's a few mistakes. The thing is, it's a hand-built model, so there are going to be mistakes. It's not a machine-built toy that you'd pick up from, you know, like those mass-produced machine-built toys you'd pick up, you know, like Matchbox or anything like that. So there's going to be flaws, and I think as much as you can turn around and say, oh, you know, this bit I could have done this bit better, I could have done this bit better, they tell a story. They show craftsmanship. They show that somebody, oh, wow, I toot my own horn here, but I'm not craftsman, but you know what I mean. They show that somebody actually has built it. It's kind of like chisel marks in like columns on like ancient Roman buildings, you know, you can see that somebody was there and they built it by hand, that they did that. There'll always be mistakes and little bits which you'll notice. It's just, you'll never get rid of them entirely. And if you build something like this yourself, you'll always be your own worst critic. But it does tell a story. As I was here, I made that. So yeah, I'm not too upset with them. I know I could have done it, like I say, I could have done it a bit better if I'd they're not massive errors. It's not like I've broken something and it's a complete fuck up. Oh, that is shiny. Look at that. That is nice. I like that. That's good. The camera needs to come out this way a little bit because I'm kind of off camera a little bit. Let's try. Let's try and find an edge on this. Okay. Alright, so what we got to do now is try and work out, get rid of some of this wax that has sort of sealed itself in some of these holes, whatnot. Yeah. Get it out of there. Alright, so the best way to do that is kind of wait for it to sort of dry a little bit. And then use the toothbrush. Just kind of get it out. Some of the edges in here we can probably get to. Alright, so let's find the toothbrush. can't get out some of this wax. Yep. It's working. Yeah, just get out the little holes. Okay, well, I think that's got most of that out. All right, so now we can put that away and we can move on to the next stage of putting in the windows. Oh, you know, it's a real relief once you actually do get all the waxing and the polishing done. The sanding, the polishing and all that done, because it is such a long, laborious process. So when it's done, you're like, oh my god, it looks so good, and it's like, now we can move on. Yeah. Right, so let's have put my workshop camera on, because we're going to need some. Do we have? Did I have? What I had? Swash pigments. I thought did I buy some glass glue in here? I could have sworn I had some glass glue. Oh, there we go. Transfer fix. We got some of that. We need the glass parts. So they be in here, they be. Yeah, I know, I'm looking a bit of a state, but I didn't want to put any good clothes on while I was while I was using this wax because it was just going to go everywhere. I thought I'll put these clothes on, get them all dirty, and then I can put them in the wash. And that's that done. Okay. Right. I can move all these out of the way. We don't need that lot. Right, we're going to need... Oh, I need some masking tape. I need masking tape. This whole bench needs a good clean, and I usually do that after I've finished one model before I move on to the next. But this time it's going to need a really good clean. Okay, masking tape. I'm going to need some clippers. I thought I had everything out then. Clippers. Tweezers. Sanding tools. And scalpel. I've got cocktail sticks. Good. Right. Now it's time to get on with some more gluing. It's been a while since we've done some gluing, eh? I could never work for a studio like Industrial Light and Magic or anything like that. You'd be like, oh, you've got to get this done by Wednesday. I'd be like, you fuck off. Wednesday? Are you joking? Right, so what's wrong with this? I should just... Alright, we'll figure that out in a second. I don't need to... Right, so I'm going to try and do the hardest bit first, and that is going to be these front windows in here. Let's see if we can find out where they are in the instructions. Because we should have put them in while we were building it. And we didn't. Right, okay, so they've got them... Right, okay, so this is where they are. So they're part 54 glass. There they are. This is going to be a tricky one because we don't want to get fingerprints all over the glass if we can help it. It's going to happen, but try the best we can. Right, we're going to do a test fit. Alright, so... Alright, so the test fit works, okay. That's up that way. So we're going to try and get this glass out. Now, the reason I use special glue for glass, I mean it's not glass, it's actually like transparent plastic, but it does take longer to dry and it is a bit more gloopy. but unlike super glue, it doesn't release chemical vapors which fog up glass. So if you were young and you used to build model airplane kits with your parents or whatever, and you remember that the airplane cockpits, the glass pieces always used to fog up, that's why, because the glue that they use releases a vapor which reacts with the glass and it sort of fogs. This is the first time I'm using this type of glue, this make of glue, sorry. But it hopefully, put it in there, fucking on the piss. Hopefully won't fog. Might smear, but it shouldn't fog. Damn it. Oh, come on. And there's going to be fingerprints on that now. So as you can see, it hasn't fogged. And you can tell that there's glass there. That's why I like using the glass glue. It does take longer to actually dry. And you will need to be pretty careful of it. Well, it's a bit stringy too, so you could end up with bits of stringy glue going. See, it doesn't fit in there. Just sit in there. Right, now I've got someone there, so that's annoying. Right, so we're just going to have to sort of leave that to sort of... Alright, so as you can see, it hasn't fogged up. We got a bit of a shine to it, so you can still tell there's glass in there. Actually, I'm not even entirely sure that you can see that I've done anything. But still, there is glass in there. You can see it. We're just going to put that on its edge a little bit. So it takes a little while to dry and hold firm, so it's not as fast as super glue. And it's certainly, in most cases, it's not as strong as super glue. But it will not fog. Now the other thing I like to do with it is I like to use it to glue painted parts together, because I said, like I say, super glue will fog. It will not only fog the glass, it will fog paint work as well. So if you've got a really nice finish like we have that we don't want to fog up, I will use glass glue on it, so it will dry clear and free of fogging. Okay, so the next bit. Right, so if we're looking at this side, top row. Wait, bottom rows don't have any glass in. Oh, okay, they must just be open to the elements. Okay. 55. Bip, bip. I'm just trying to scoop out any excess plastic. There we go. That worked. Alright, so that needs to go upside down. There we go. Just trying to scoop out any paint which is kind of papered. The edge here, kind of got a bit of a leaf. So we can get a crisp. So what happens is, obviously, because I had all that masked from the inside, spray paint on this way, take the mask off, some of the paint has remained and kind of flapping. There you go, you can see it there. So it's kind of this little bit here, flapping around in the breeze there like that. So I just need to get in there and just scoop that out. Yep. Good. God, this stuff is gloopy. Gloopy McGloopison. Right, let's bring this camera down so we can see what we're doing. There we go. So there's a couple of ridges in here that I managed to, this is where the glass is going to sort of sit. So I've managed to put that in there. Wait, that doesn't seem to be... Wait, that's... Okay, it sits back from there, does it? Okay. Right, so the glass doesn't actually fit in the window frames. It sits back from the window frame. Okay. And that just kind of sits on there. That was right, wasn't it? 55. Yeah, we picked out 55. Yeah, okay. So what happens there is the glass sits... yeah, it doesn't sit in the frames forward, it sits back. Okay. Hello. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so the next piece is going to be these. And that is part number 57. 57? Just snip that out. Right, and again, it's time for scoopy time. Oh. Okay. Got to be careful not to get glue on your fingers, because if you do, you touch some of this bodywork. I've done that before. You end up with a sticky, gluey finger mark in some nice, pristine paintwork that you've spent the last 2 weeks polishing and waxing. It's annoying. Alright, make sure we get these up the right way. Sit them in. Oh, come on, I was watching what the camera was doing then. And I missed my cue. fantastic. Right, so now we've got these two on this side to go. So we need 56 and 58. How long have we been going for? We've been going for just over 2 hours. That's not too bad. So we got 56 here. Let's do some more scooping. Scoop out those bits there. I like the way they've done this glass. They've like done a whole length of window, and it's these little bits in the middle that you glue rather than the glass itself. Some vehicles, cars and whatever, you have to really be careful about gluing around the edge of the glass, because while it doesn't fog up, you end up with a still end up with a bit of nasty dried glue on the edge. This isn't great. But this is pretty good the way they've done this. Right, quite impressed. Mind you, it is Airfix. They do produce quality models. So quintessentially British, you know. I can't imagine the RNLI going to Revel saying, "Hey, could you build one of our boats?" We build your boat. No. It's a British institution. They would go to a British company, of course they would. Okay, so those windows are in. We've now got the last two on the rear, and we just kind of need to leave that sit and dry for a bit, because otherwise, as I'm trying to fiddle around with it to get it to fit on, we could end up detaching the windows. I don't want that to happen. I'm just going to snip these out. Last window. Actually, that's the last of the glass. Yeah, there's not much glass in this kit. Oh, that's trash then, isn't it? Alright, so that goes that way. Sits in there like that. Last scoop of glue. Scoop that. We're going to see just how strong this glass glue actually is. It's not, it's not super sticky, and it doesn't dry real fast. Oh, actually, did I get that? Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, that's upside down. Needs to be that way, right? I know you can't really see much because it's internal. Here we go. Then we got windows on that side. Yeah, now you can see it. When the light hits it, you can see the windows. Otherwise, it's just black. That looks really good. That's kind of... I always like putting the windows in. It kind of... almost finishes it off. You can start to see it coming up as a real thing. It's those little details. And so apparently these don't have windows. Not sure what they actually are. I don't think you can walk behind them. I'm not sure what they are. They may just be... I don't know. I'm not even going to guess. I'm not a lifeboatman. How am I supposed to know what they are? But that's the main cab, obviously. So you're going to need to see out of that. Anything below that, I guess you don't need windows. You're going to need to see out the cab so you can find your the distress boat. But the hull, in the hull, you've got the cabins where the beds are and the kitchen and all that lot. So you're not going to need windows in there. That's for the people to recover. Okay, so as we lift that up, I'm going to leave that to dry for just a bit. I'm going to leave this cocktail stick in the glue. That will give me an idea of how dry it actually is. Okay. We're going to go back to the super glue, I believe. Right, so I'm resting what I want to do. So I'm just going to masking tape over these so that they don't... Oh my god, now they've come off. They don't scratch the hull. Yeah, that should be enough. And over here. And it's not going to hold it steady. It's not going to hold it firm. It's just going to hold it steady. So we can sort of sit it in here. So, okay, that masking tape was pointless because it's these bits that it sits on. Okay, let's just... Really don't want it to scratch the paint, and those corners are rough. So let's try and... Oh god, the masking tape stuck to itself. Oh. Yeah. That's what we do, is we just do the whole... I was trying to do it, trying to give it a cushion, and then... Yeah, so it's just going to sit on those edges there. That's fine. This is not scratching up against rough metal. It's good. How are we doing? It's still not dry yet, unfortunately. Right, so we're going to need to bring that up, bring that to there. Let's have a look here. Right, so what should happen is this should sit on top. Right, so it's going to need a bit of jiggery pokery. It's not just slotting neatly into place. Right, so there is some errors here and there that probably need sanding down or filing. The back's going in nice. That back's going in nice. So there's something wrong with the front. Alright, so what is it catching on? I want to make sure that the windows don't actually... It popped out there. Is catching on. So it needs to kind of, that sits in there nice. So what is, I can't really see in there. No, I can't see in there. Oh, whoa. Okay, so oh, right, okay. So it moved one of the windows off of center. So that tells me that there's something wrong with one of these. That tells me this thing here. Was it that one that was pushing on it? Yeah, I think it may have been that. Okay. What we want to do, let's get some super glue out, so we could be able to pull this back in, because it seems to be floating. It's a beam, which a column, which is free floating, and I kind of want to bring it in and secure it. So the moving of that window told me that there was an error with this beam here. So what I want to do is I want to try and glue that in. Sort of push it in. So we're gonna give, oh shit. Okay, maybe not push it that hard. Just I've broken the fucking bridge. So now we need to, all right. We need to do a little bit of quick repair here. All right, I see what's happened. All right, so as we were pushing that column, we've jiggled the bridge. And we need to fix that. So, oh, that's cool. So we need to hold that and push that. Right, that is fixing itself. Okay, good. That's coming in. Yeah, it's coming. It's good. I mean, I don't know if it's good enough, but it is good. See, now this is where we've done all this detail in the bridge and it's just going to disappear. It's just going to disappear. I mean, we may have just as well painted it grey, you know what I mean? But the fact that I know it's there is the point. Okay. Just looking down the front of that, and they all seem quite... I mean, they seem quite lined up. So let's find out. Alright, no windows are moving out of alignment. We should be able to hold that in place. Nothing is moving out of alignment. It's just tight. And that's okay. Oh, all right. So what we need to do is we need to going to glue that front and hold that down into place. And we're going to need to put... Oh, what's happening here? Why is this not going? This should be... Right, let me take that off. What's going on there? You should go flush on there like that, so... Why aren't you doing that? Yeah, that pops out. Why does that pop out? Oh, I've fucked up windows again. Yeah, look, their windows are stuck. And I'll put them in upside down. Whoop. Ah. Okay, stop fucking about. Oh no, now these windows are going to be all smeared to shit. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but... Oh, you sort of can. Well, okay. Alright, okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do some fine-tuning. That's okay, so it catches here. Might still catch there, so we might be able to grind a bit off there. And I don't... Oh my god. See, that's what happens when you get glue on your fingers. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my Dremel tools. These should be okay. Oh no, that's too big. That's maybe, yeah. Okay. So we're just going to try and grind out some of these edges over here. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit louder than the other one, Duana, so I'm sorry about that. That's what you get when you watch a model bench stream. With any model maker, you're going to get noises. Now that one's level. Up a little bit more. Okay, so what we've done is, it doesn't look like we've done too much. Let's see if we can find a cloth here. Where is my polishing cloth? Is that that sound, the dance of the angry bumblebee? Yeah, very, yeah. Hell, there we go. Is an angry bumblebee, that's for sure. Right, so we're just trying to get rid of some of this dust off of here. We don't want that. Want it scratching the polished surface, so we get rid of some of that. Alright, so for some reason it kicks out. Is that? Nope, that's fine. Okay, so now we can, I mean, sometimes that's all it is. It's like a less than a millimeter here or there. Now, why on earth do you kick out? What is stopping you from sitting in there flush? Well, I guess not a lot, because it doesn't. Well, you will go in there. You'll go in there with a bit of persuasion, won't you? That's okay. So what we can do is we can. No glass has moved. Right, so it fit in there a little bit better this time. So fixing bodywork to cars and things like that, it's always the tricky one, because you have to look at where it's going to fit, what's going wrong. We can push that in like that, just needs a bit of pressure. Bit of a gap down there. Yeah, I don't know why that kicks out. If you put it in this way, it sort of sits in nice. So what is kicking that out? As soon as I apply pressure to the front, back kicks out. What is... Oh. Alright, okay. If I apply pressure to the front here. Yeah, I don't want to apply too much pressure. I just need it to be firm, but not that much. That's... Don't understand what's kicking that out. So I put it in here, back down. Fit it in against the steps. That fits in nice. That's how it should be. Maybe I put that in first and glue that in. Then what I can do is I can glue the front here and apply pressure, but that bow. Oh, it's done the windows again. What the hell? Right. Those are going to be so fucking fingerprinted up. Okay. Also, it's good to like keep doing a few test fits because then you get to feel how it works. That's what I'm doing. I'm sort of feeling my way through how this is going to sort of sit. Yep, still figuring out. Yeah, sit here for a minute. That's not going to work. Needs to be a square edge, so. Thinking what might be happening is there might be a bit of buckling as we apply pressure on this bit here. So, just going to try and sand a bit on both sides off. See if it reduces the pressure. Yeah, we've taken a bit off of each side there. That's good. No, it's not that. That's not what it was. Because there's a gap there now. Oh, now the front windows have come out. What the hell? Right, let's face it, it's never gonna fit perfectly. It's on the front of it. Ah, good look. Ah. Shit. All right. Boy, they came out. There's nothing even touching them. Alright, maybe it's just all the jiggery pokering around. It just sort of dislodged him a little bit. It's not something stopping. I have to get really close to it to look, so sometimes I'm not on camera. Right, that's... Alright, so what I think we'll do... Now, can I push that? I can push that in like that. That in like... that and like that. So I could push that together. Put glue in there, hold that together. That'll bit pushed down. That can get pushed down. Okay, so this is going to be the trick. Ideally, what I wanted to do is glue this bit along here. So I'm going to see if I can sort of glue some of this. So, let's get to it. We're going to have to be quick on that. So we've got to glue the front, and then we can get to glue in the back. Pray for me, or whatever it is you do. Jeebus, Allah, Santa, I mean the Tooth Fairy, I don't care who. Just, you know, gonna need all the help we're gonna get with this. No. Get off the paint. There you go. All right. Let's go for it. Let's go for it, George. I just got to hold that into place until that sticks. Okay. You seem to have some level of success there. Right, so we're going to need some more glue for the back. We're going to have to hold them together. Just trying to... Now I've got to try and hold that in without sticking my fingers to everything. Okay, we just hold it. Just hold it and see what happens. That's all I can do. Side in. Wow. It's always a pain to sort of fit bodywork on. No matter how well you build it, there's always a glitch somewhere in the matrix. Now we've got gluey fingerprints all over the back here, which I could probably get rid of with some try and do that now, honestly. Right. Oh my god, look, there's a difference in the back here. It's just not correct. That was something I didn't even look at. Oh, we got a bit of a lip on. All right. Get rid of that. There we go. Alright, so now we're just going to wipe off the old fingerprints all over the body, all over the hull here. Just to check that there are no glue stains everywhere. Here we go. I mean, there's a little bit of gap at the back there, but it doesn't fit 100% perfect, but... Aha! Let's lay that down so we can have a good look at it. There we go. We'll just check the windows and make sure the windows haven't come out of alignment again that I haven't noticed. No, they're all good. That is starting to come together. That's what model making is all about. You take a lot of little bits and you turn them into a bigger bit. That's what it's all about. And I think we have achieved what I wanted to achieve today. Yeah. That looks really good. Now I've got what was 2 pieces, now 1 piece. Until I hear a pop in the middle of the night when the super glue comes undone and it sort of springs off. But no, I'm pretty pleased with that. We've done a nice job on the wax coat of the hull. That is very shiny. Look at that. And not too bad on the cab. Now what we've got to do is we've got to paint these parts, the black rubber pieces. That's going to be much easier to do now that we've actually got like be able to hold it properly. So yeah. But I think for today, that's going to be it. I'm going. So I've got a bit of. I got a bit of wax. Yeah, just wax. I'm also going to have to get in here and sort of clean out some of the wax from the hull, but I can do that off camera. That's not a problem. I can stand by the sink and wash that out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. It's starting to come together. We've got loads of other little bits and pieces to put onto it. Of course, we've got the flying bridge to do. We've got the railings. We've got all that, but that will just start coming together now really fast now that we've got all it together and it's ready to receive all those parts. We do need to, like I say, we've got to paint all this. That's going to take a couple of hours to paint the edge here, and these parts, these rubber parts along the side. So that's going to take a little while. That's what we're going to do next time, after I've cleaned it up. And then it's a case of putting all the bits and pieces onto it that we've painted up prior, all those extra orange pieces, which will go on the back. We've got like the crane, the lifeboat, the flying bridge. We've got all that lot which needs to go on there. Yeah, and then obviously just the railings and stuff. So Now it will start coming along real nice. Now it will start coming along real nice. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day there. We've been going on for like 3 hours now. Wow, it took an hour just to fix that bit to the top. But, you know, that is what it is. So, yeah. Fantastic. It is now 10 o'clock at night. So let's head back to stream ending. Here we go. That's a very successful stream. I think I am really pleased with it. Let's show you the size now. There we go. There's my little lifeboat. There's my little lifeboat. It's looking really good. We're going to soon put all the other parts on it. Yeah, it's starting to come together now. Now it starts to look like a thing. You know? Now it's starting to look like a thing. And there's the front. See that crashing through the waves. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So it's got a nice shine to it, a great finish. Not a perfect finish, but you know, I'm my own worst critic. But yeah, start to really sort of be positive about that now. So I think I'm going to get more onto that on the weekend. So what I might do is clean it up, get rid of all the dried wax off of it. Maybe tomorrow off camera, just stand by the kitchen sink and just clean it up with a toothbrush. And then the weekend we can start to, I've got to paint the rubbers around the outside. That will take a while, and that's going to be intricate painting work. And then we can start to put some of these extra parts on, start to spray up a bunch of other bits and pieces that need to go on there, or we could spray them up, or we could fit them on and then paint them as they fit on. So I'm not sure which way around to do that. There's no large parts, so I'm thinking it might just be glue them on and then just paint them by hand. That might just be the way. Anyway, that's enough for today, I think. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I've really enjoyed getting back onto the model bench after the last couple of weeks where I have just sort of left everything. Thank you very much, Duana, for giving me the motivation yesterday to get back and do a stream. You are amazing. That side. You are amazing. Thank you very much for just saying, hey, you know, just haven't done a stream in a while. Just, you know, maybe. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So thank you very much to you, because if it wasn't for you doing that yesterday, I wouldn't have thought, you know what? And I'm also going to do a stream tomorrow. I'll get back on my model bench. So thank you very much. And yeah, that'll do for now. Let's go and see who we can raid. See if there's anyone I'm following that's doing anything. We could go and see a moo. Let's go and see a moo. A moo is... No. Also, we give you a little elephant here. Let's give you a little elephant. Oh, hang on. Okay. This is my elephant here. Here we go. Here we go. This one's just for you. Don't forget about them. You know, you can use them whenever you like. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to head into a Moo's stream. She's working on computers and more in Satisfactory. So, you know, let's just go and head into there. Right, so we're going to be raiding the Moo. Again, thank you very much for coming out. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time, next weekend. But for now, let's go and check in on a Moo, shall we? Bye!